Hi, I'm Deborah Stengel, founder of Sedona Soul Adventures, and international best-selling author of The Journey to Happy, coming to you again from incredibly beautiful Sedona, Arizona, and I'm so glad you're here with me. I'm talking to you today about one thing that you can do to get happy right now. In these series of videos, I'm talking about concepts from my book, The Journey to Happy, how embracing the concept that nothing is wrong can transform your life. I hope you've been following along with the other videos with the concept of nothing is wrong, because then these videos are going to make a lot more sense. But to recap, it's not what's happening to us that's causing most of the problems in our lives. It's our reactions and responses to what's happening. How we're thinking about it, how we're talking about it, how we're feeling about it. What I've found in my own life and with the thousands of people that we've helped through Sedona Soul Adventures is the more that I'm able to drop resistance and go with the flow, the more amazing things come into my life. It's all about shifting the energy from the energy of everything is wrong to the energy of nothing is wrong. The question is, how can you do that? How can you flip that switch? And the answer is simple. Make the decision. Make the decision that nothing is wrong. Make the decision that you are going to start living your life from this belief and this perspective. And today I'm going to give you an easy way to implement that decision. It's a process called Change Your Story, Change Your Life. If you stop talking and thinking about what you don't want and start focusing and talking about what you do want, the energy shifts and amazing things can happen. This is actually one of the 9 stepping stones that I talk about in my book. And it's something that in some ways is so easy to do. In other ways, it can be difficult to do. Here's the process. Start making the decision and doing it that you are going to stop talking about things that you don't like. Just stop. And if you're talking with someone and they start talking about things that you don't like, just stop. Try to end the conversation as quickly as you can. If you start to do this and start noticing just how much you talk negatively about so many things, traffic, the line at Starbucks, the weather, I think you'll be amazed and a little humbled at how often you're doing it. And you'll also start noticing how much other people do it. And of course, there's nothing wrong with other people doing that. It's a free country. Everybody gets to be just as miserable as they want. But see, when you start doing it, that's when things can start shifting around. Now, the big thing is, don't tell anyone. And if other people notice that you're not speaking negatively, don't say anything about it. This is your decision and your life. You know, it's interesting in the Bible, Jesus told his disciples after he had done his first miracle, go and tell no one, because he knew that their faith wasn't quite strong enough to be able to be inundated with the negative impact that they would hear from other people. So just keep this decision to yourself for right now and start to notice how things happen. And if you're feeling really adventurous, in addition to not only not talking about negative things, start talking about things you do like, things that make you happy, things that make you excited. These are all things that will really start to flip the switch. We had a woman come for a retreat a few years ago, and she had had a really difficult life. She had been physically and emotionally abused by both her mother and her father. And it was something that she talked about all the time. She described herself as a victim, and when she finally came to us, she said, I just don't have the energy for this anymore. I've got to figure out a way of stopping this. She felt like she had never confronted her parents. They had both passed away. We did sessions with her where we cleared out the completely understandable rage and hurt and anger, and then the most amazing thing happened, because in her breath journey, both of her parents came to her separately. They came to her and they asked her forgiveness. And in that session and afterwards, she cried and cried, and she said to me, "Deborah, it was definitely them." Then she went home, and the amazing thing was she didn't even want to talk about this anymore. It was gone. It had been lifted. It wasn't even a thing where she had to make a decision to not talk about it. She just didn't want to anymore. And it was so interesting because her friends, most of her friends, were really, really happy. Happy for her and happy that this was something that was not part of her baggage that they had to deal with as a friend of hers any longer. But there was one of her friends who she commiserated with all the time, and this friend just wanted to talk about negative stuff all the time. And when our client wouldn't talk with her friend anymore about how terrible life is, literally that friend just kind of vibrated out of her orbit. This is what happens when you're moving in these higher, faster vibrations. You're going to have people around you who are also going to be in that higher, faster vibration. So keep on doing this. Start noticing it. Do it for at least 30 days and see what happens. I hope this helped. And if it did, please like or share the video and subscribe to our channel. And if you want a more direct path to getting happy and staying happy, then go to SedonaRetreatGuide.com and get your complimentary copy of the Sedona Guide to Spiritual Retreats today. Or if you'd like to talk to someone about doing a retreat that's custom designed for you, call us at 928-204-5988. You can have the life and the relationship you want. I know it.